Hello ladies and gentlemen and those in between, welcome back to my channel, Everett here, and today we're going to review the recently concluded Light on Me BL series. First of all, it feels so good to be making another review, and as I've already said before, making a review, putting all of your ideas together in one video, filming yourself and editing the whole video out are really time consuming. And in my case, it usually takes me about 2 days or even more than that just to finish just one video. But today I decided to make a review in Light on Me BL series because this series has a very special place in my heart. But before we dive into reviewing this BL series, I would like to thank all of you guys who have laughed, cried, got mad, and reacted to the series with me right from the very first episode. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, I hope you guys stick around as I review this phenomenal Korean BL series. So without any further ado, let's get started. Light on Me BL series is adapted from the mobile game Sebet High School Council, and this is a story of Taekyung, who is an 18-year-old high school student who is also a lifelong loner. But one day, he starts questioning his own judgment and tells a teacher that he no longer wishes to be alone. The problem is, he has no idea to start going about making new friends. The teacher advises him to join the school's student council, and he agrees. But he discovers that making friends may be harder than it seems. He meets the vice president of the council, Shin-woo, who is cool and level-headed, but also somewhat cold toward him and reluctant to accept him. However, he also meets the super attractive president of the council, Dawn, who appears to take an instant shine to him. The beginnings of romance appear to be in the cards for Dawn and Taekyung, but Shin-woo doesn't seem to approve. Matters are further complicated by the fact that Dawn's close female friend Sohee, who secretly loves him, is jealous of their closeness and attempts to drive a wedge between them. Let's talk about the 5 main characters: Taekyung, Shin-woo, Dawn, Namgong, and Sohee. Taekyung is played by Lee Se-on, and in the series he is a loner who wants to change his personality by joining the student council. However, he has a little bit of a hard time getting everyone's approval, especially Shin-woo's and Sohee's approval. He remains determined to become a part of the student council because of Dawn's heartwarming kindness. I personally think that he is the cutest among all of the characters in the series, and clearly the casting did not make any mistake to choose him to play the main character, and I just can't imagine the role of Taekyung being played by someone else. The second main character is Shin-woo, played by Kang Hyo-suk, and in the series, Shin-woo is a kind of an aloof type of personality, having trust issues with other people, and he's the type of person who doesn't always smile until he falls in love with Taekyung. Honestly speaking, at first, I was really irritated by his personality, and I was like, what is going on with this guy? What is wrong with him? And although I had a strong feeling that he would end up falling in love with Taekyung, I just couldn't help feeling upset. But when I first saw him smile, I was like, that's it. Game over. Team Shin-woo all the way till the end. The third one is Dawn, played by Choi Chan-ye. And in this series, Dawn is a prim and proper type of personality, someone who has a hard time saying no to everybody because he wants to please everybody. And he's the kind of person who doesn't want to disappoint anybody. Honestly, at first, I really liked his personality, but as episodes rolled on, I felt like something was off with him, and I felt like Dawn wasn't genuine because I came to a point where I doubted his sincerity, but I also understood where it was coming from, and I think that he was just a typical young guy who cared so much about what other people thought of him, and I love how he eventually stood up for what he thought was right. The fourth one is Namgong, played by Gu Woo-jin, and in the series, he's the best friend of everyone. And what I love about his personality is that he doesn't take anybody's side when things go wrong. And he's such a comical relief, and he balances all the dramas out. And he has the inclination toward bringing the mood up. And like I said in one of my reaction videos, 3 adjectives best describe Namgong: handsome, funny, and wise. And if I had to choose one among the 4 of them as my ideal guy, I would choose Namgong. The last main character is Sohee, played by Hyung Soo-yeon, and in the series, she is secretly in love with Dawn, and it's more like an unrequited love, and she is all willing to get rid of anybody who gets in the way. She is totally blinded by her one-sided love, and in my opinion, all the actors did a great acting job, in fact, excellent job, but personally I think Yang Soo-yeon is the best actor or actress, you may say, in this series. I've never gotten so irritated by any villains in any BL series in the same way as how So-hee made me upset, angry. But when she humbled herself and admitted her fault, I was easily carried away, and I think that Yang Soo-yeon has very expressive eyes, and I really love her facial expressions, and I won't be surprised if she becomes a popular actress in South Korea. Okay, speaking of favorite scenes, I have a lot of favorite scenes in the series, but instead of talking about them one by one, I'm gonna just show you guys video clips from my reaction videos from the very first episode up until the last episode, so that you guys can have a very clear picture of why I love these scenes. Here's the video. Dildo? Are you kidding me? What? Are you sure about that? Why do you hate him so much? Very good question. Because of that dildo? Girl. Shin-woo has an attitude problem, huh? He's got an attitude problem. He is saving Taekyung's number in his phone. I'm sorry. Good morning. Thank you. You are driving me crazy. I want to play this game. Uh-oh. Go Shin-woo. Go Shin-woo. You gotta do something, huh? Do something! Aww. Please, Taekyung, fall in love with Shin-woo. Come on. Now. Woo! Oh. 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 Sleep over? Woo! Where's Shin-woo? Come on. Oh my gosh, this is not fair. Shin-woo for the win. Shin-woo for the win.
얼어 죽겠어.
What was that? Woo! Now, here are my personal thoughts and opinions of the series. First of all, I'm not really into Korean dramas, like seriously. Maybe that's because I've taught English to Korean students for 13 years, and that's why I don't feel intrigued by the culture any longer. Because of course back then, I would have to deal with Korean students pretty much on a regular basis. Like I would have to talk with them. I would have to hang out with them, and it felt like the mystery had already been lost. But I just can't believe that I would get hooked in a Korean BL series like Light on Me. And when I saw the first 2 episodes of the series, I also had a great time watching them, but I felt like something was missing. But on the 3rd episode, that was when I started to feel all giddy, like I couldn't contain my emotions, and I couldn't help looking forward to the next episode. Of course, there's no question about the cinematography. What do you expect? This is Korean drama. Are you kidding me? The cinematography is superb. And I also love the original soundtrack, but quite frankly, I got irritated each time I heard the original soundtrack start playing in the background, because that means the episode had already ended. I really love how each one of the actors play their roles. The storyline is very simple, but kudos to the writers for having the ability to cause us viewers to be on an emotional roller coaster. This whole Team Down versus Team Shin-woo thing drove me crazy. I mean, I've never been so absorbed in anything like this before. I love how the storyline plays out. I mean, watching this love story honestly felt like watching a game of basketball live. Like, I love how it pushes and pulls. Like, at one moment, the ball is in Down's court, and in another moment, the ball is in Shin-woo's court. Goodness gracious, the chemistry between Shin-woo and Taekyung is insane. I mean, both of them embody that pure and first love. I just love how the story played out. It's heartwarming and it's fantastic. And of course, I had so much fun reading posts and comments on Facebook pages and on my reaction videos. Light on Me BL Series is a story of embracing change, finding genuine happiness in being who we are, fixing our mistakes, and taking a stand on what we think is right. First, embracing change. In this series, Taekyung embraced change and showed us that changing ourselves for the better is possible, and it did that through joining the student council. Second, finding genuine happiness in being who we are. I just love how Down changed for the better, thinking about his own happiness, and I just love how he grew to learn to disregard what other people thought of him. Third, fixing our mistakes. So he may have made a lot of mistakes, but through her humility, she was able to lift herself back up. And finally, taking a stand for what we think is right. I just love how the main characters of the series remained friends despite what happened and chose to do what should be done. Once again, thank you guys so much for laughing, getting mad, crying, and reacting with me to this phenomenal BL series from the very first episode up until the last episode. Light on Me BL series will always have a very special place in my heart. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when the next video comes out. Peace outie!